November 26th. What have you got for us? Way less than yesterday, thank God. So we have the moon in Aquarius. She's our 1 degree of Aquarius. Who else is there? Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius. So what we're looking at here is these two weirdos working together, right? Like we're feeling like we can wave our weirdo flag. Just be careful that you're not being too cold. You know, if you're still trying to like repress your weird self, you might turn your feelings off. You know, the sun sextile the moon's going to fucking help out because it's happening at 3 degrees. Sun and Sag, optimistic adventurer, truth seeker. We got the moon at 3 degrees of Aquarius, an Aquarius moon, and at 3 degrees, that's really great for having conversations, right? For like getting out there, for being with people, for chatting about things. So if you're feeling kind of like you're worried how people are going to see you, if you kind of show up as your true self, but you're really feeling like you want to, just go out and do it, okay? Because with an Aquarius moon, people are going to be way more accepting of it, all right? So then we get the rest of the aspects of this day annoying as shit. Okay, annoying as shit. So the quintiles, right? A quintile, it wants you to kind of put something in order, right? Like it's telling you that there is something about these two energies that when they work together, there is something unique about it, right? There is like a unique talent or a gift or something that you haven't noticed about yourself, right? So what could that fucking be, right? Because it's asking you like that it's not asking you really. It's telling you that like your creativity is kind of like in a battle with trying to understand something, right? Do you need to understand it or can you just be creative about it? It's kind of the energy of like, you know, maybe you've got a lot of opinions about something and you're not someone who would speak up if you didn't have a fucking degree in it, right? It's kind of that. And it's sort of saying to you like, but why wouldn't you can say, I don't have a degree, but this is what I've learned, right? So it wants you to kind of understand how to maneuver around that. So then when we let's look at the more detailed in it to see if we can find out a little bit more information. So the moon will be at 4 degrees of Aquarius in that first one. 4 degrees is a Cancer degree, right? So it's related to the family. Mercury at 22 degrees of Scorpio. That's about like, let's be focused, right? Capricorn degree, 22 degrees. Long term, stability related, focus related, do the work related, okay? So this one is kind of saying, where in your family space have you been taught to put a lid on something, some kind of weird talent or skill or enjoyment of life that you have? Where in your family have you been told to put a lid on that? And how has that impacted your life today? And this situation that happened in the past now makes more sense because we have this realization. Okay. So then we get into the next one and it goes, so where we ignored ourselves because of that family, but where we ignored that creative thing that we had or that talent that we had or that thing that we were kind of taught nobody wanted to see because it was weird, right? How has that impacted your ability to enjoy a relationship or a job, right? Where you can be yourself, where you can authentically express your own fucking genius, right? And so then how has that like stopped you from being able to trust in relationships or stopped you from wanting to commit in relationships, right? And has that belief, is that worth holding on to over maybe trying out committing in relationships, right? And then 309, so the moon being at 9 degrees now, so we're dealing with, you know, something that requires higher learning, something that is more wisdom based, something that is a little bit more on the spiritual, right? So the moon in Aquarius, like where do we need to be? 27 degrees of Scorpio, Lilith, right? So where are we needing to be a lot more curious about the rejected kind of dark taboo side of you? And is it worth keeping that part down for the sake of appearing how everyone else fucking wants you to appear? Is that worth it, right? Now, this semi-square to Saturn happening at 4:55 p.m., a bit of haze, fucking father wound shit could come up through this one, okay? Little bit cold in the feelings department on this one. So make sure that you're not going to like throw that at anybody else, right? Because this could be a moment where you've like remembered something about your fucking dad. It's made you really angry. Then someone walks in front of you and you tell them how you feel, right? Just be careful with that aspect, okay? Then the final one is going to involve the childhood wound. Now, 6:58 p.m. Moon Quintile Chiron, 11 degrees, 23 degrees. This one just says, would you tell your inner child to pack up her weird self? Would you tell your own children that they were too weird? No, you fucking wouldn't. This last one is really giving you an opportunity to parent yourself, right? And because it's happening at 6:58 p.m. and that's a weeknight, okay, you should go out. And if you're going out on that night, wear the outfit that you wouldn't wear because you thought people would think it was too weird. This is a frustrating fucking day, right? It's a low energy day. It'll probably start off high energy in the morning, but then all of this fuckery, these quintiles, they're just taxing. They're just fucking taxing because they're just constantly asking you to think stuff over and constantly asking you to question shit, right? And we're trying to think stuff over while Mercury is retrograding. So Mercury represents the fucking mind. And so, like, what? Like, what? How am I supposed to think through this, right? And Scorpio about secrets. So, like, these are things that we might not fully understand until Mercury goes direct. We might have little inklings or intuitions about it, and like, but we can't really grab onto anything. And that's why we get all this fucking quintile bullshit that isn't really that helpful. Okay. So the biggest ones for this is going to be that sextile to the moon and the moon conjuncting Pluto. Okay. They're going to be the biggest ones. The rest of it is going to be very annoying, but you will be tired by the time you get to the end of the day. Okay. That's all. What a nice little short video. So weird.